International Dot Day. Based on The Dot by Peter H. Reynolds. Dot Day celebrates creativity. Terry Shea read the book to his class on September 15, 2009. Dot Day has since spread across the whole world. Students around the globe create dots to celebrate the theme of the story, to explore their creativity, and rediscover their sense of wonder. It's time to listen to our story.
The Dot. By Peter H. Reynolds. Art class was over, but Vashti sat glued to her chair. Her paper was empty. Vashti's teacher leaned over the blank paper. "Ah, a polar bear in a snowstorm," she said. "Very funny," said Vashti. "I just can't draw." Her teacher smiled. "Just make a mark and see where it takes you." Vashti grabbed a marker and gave the paper a good, strong jab. "There!" Her teacher picked up the paper and studied it carefully. She pushed the paper toward Vashti and quietly said, "Now sign it." Vashti thought for a moment. "Well, maybe I can't draw, but I can sign my name." The next week, when Vashti walked into art class, she was surprised to see what was hanging above her teacher's desk. It was the little dot she had drawn, her dot, all framed in swirly gold. I can make a better dot than that." She opened her never-before-used set of watercolors and set to work. Vashti painted and painted. A red dot, a purple dot, a yellow dot, a blue dot. The blue mixed with the yellow. She discovered that she could make a green dot. Vashti kept experimenting, lots of little dots in many colors. If I can make little dots, I can make big dots too. Vashti splashed her colors with a bigger brush on a bigger paper to make bigger dots. Vashti even made a dot by not painting a dot. At the school art show a few weeks later, Vashti's many dots were quite a splash. Vashti noticed a little boy gazing up at her. "You're a really great artist. I wish I could draw," he said. "I bet you can," said Vashti. "Me? No, not me. I can't draw a straight line with a ruler." Vashti smiled. She handed the boy a blank sheet of paper. "Show me." The boy's pencil shook as he drew his line. Vashti stared at the boy's squiggle, and then she said, "Sign it." The end.
Get your pencils ready. It's project time. Okay, now that we've learned about Dot Day, we're going to be making our Dot Day project for this year. So what we're going to do is, first things first, we always put our name on our paper. So I'm going to put my name up here in the top corner. Now, am I going to write my name really big right across the middle of my paper? No. I don't want to write my name really big across the middle of my paper because remember, if we need to turn a mistake into a masterpiece, we want to be able to turn our paper over on the back. But if I've written my name all over the back, am I going to be able to use the back? Nope. So that's why I want to write my name up here in the top corner, kind of small. So I'm going to be using a Sharpie so you can see what I'm doing. But you guys are going to be using your pencil. Okay, so I got my name up here in the top corner. Little, so I can use my paper if I need to. So now I'm going to flip my paper over. Now, my paper is going long, okay? This is tall, which you probably can't even see on my video, but this is long. You want it going long, okay? Now, what we're going to do is we are going to be making a tree. But our tree is going to have dots for leaves because it's Dot Day and we got to do something with dots. So we're going to be making a tree. And our tree is also going to be a rainbow tree. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to start and I'm going to put my hand in the middle of my paper. Okay, now I want to spread my fingers out because I want my fingers to be the branches. And I want my arm to be my trunk. So I'm going to take my pencil. I'm going to take my Sharpie. You're going to take your pencil. I'm going to leave my hand as still as I can. And I'm not going to press really hard. And I'm just going to go around the edge of my fingers. And I'm just keeping my pencil perfectly straight up and down. And I'm just going around the edge. My hand is not moving. My hand is not moving at all. And I take it down to the bottom. So now I've got my hand. And that's going to be my tree trunk. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to color in our tree trunk before we start working on the dots for the leaves. So, get your hand finished. And remember, if you mess up, turn your mistake into a masterpiece. You have an eraser, erase and start over if you can. If not, then you just take your paper, you flip it over, and you start on the back. Okay? Turn your mistakes into masterpieces. Okay, so a tree trunk is what color? Brown. So we're going to start with our brown marker. Brown marker. And I'm going to outline. Remember, I'm going to trace over my pencil line. So I'm going to trace around my fingers. Now, does it have to look perfect? No. Remember, ish drawings. Ish drawings. It doesn't have to look perfect. And then I'm going to do my thumb and come down my wrist. And now I've outlined my hand, also known as a tree trunk for this project. And when I'm done with this marker, what do? Snap that cap. Put my brown marker up. Get out my brown crayon. And I'm going to start coloring. Now, I want to color nice and neat. We are not in a hurry. So I want to make sure my entire tree trunk here is colored in No white spaces. Remember, don't press hard on a crayon, because when you press hard, that's when your crayon breaks. So press lightly. Stay in your marker lines that you just made. Color all of your fingers, your thumb, your palm, and your wrist and arm on your paper. Take your time. If you finish early, if you finish before me, because I've got a bigger hand than you guys, so mine's going to take a lot longer to color than yours. So if you're already finished coloring, you can put your brown crayon up and just sit quietly until we're ready to move on to the next part of our project. We want to get the trunk done first. Then we're going to go back and add in the dots for our leaves. Okay, so if you're still coloring, keep going. I'm going to go back and cover up some of the white spots I left because I don't like any white spots showing. And then when you are finished, take your brown crayon and put it up. And then we are ready to start making our dots. So we're going to get our pencil back out. So get your pencil back out. Now, we've all seen trees outside, right? We know that the trunk comes up and then the leaves go around, right? So we're going to fill in all the top of our paper with dots, but not down here at the bottom. So it shouldn't come below your wrist. It really shouldn't even come below the bottom of your thumb, honestly. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start drawing some circles. Now, I want them to be pretty big, about the size of a dime. See how my finger can fit in my circle? That's about the size of a dime. So I'm going to draw circles. Now some of them can be a little bit smaller to fit into different spaces. See how I'm not letting them come down? And then I'm going to draw them. I'm just going to keep drawing circles. All the way around. And I've got them pretty close together, don't I? And they're all about the same size. Some of them are a little bit smaller, some of them are a little bit bigger, but they're all about the same size. Now down here, some of these can be a little bit smaller in between your fingers. And then they're going to get a little bit bigger as we start going out. Now I'm drawing a lot of circles because we got a lot of leaves on our tree. So take your time and try to make your circles nice and round. Cute little dots. And again, in between my fingers, they're going to get a little bit smaller, and that's okay. Keep making dots all the way around.
Lots and lots of dots. We're gonna have a lot of dots to color, but that's okay. That's what makes it fun. Lots of dots to celebrate Dot Day. Now, when I start getting over here close to the other side, I want to make sure that my dots are about even with my others. And then I'm going to fill in my last little bit of dots. And now I've got the leaves of my tree. Got the leaves of my tree. So take another minute or two, finish up your dots, and then we're going to go over how to color them. Okay, so now here's how we're going to do this. We're going to make our tree look like a rainbow. So we're going to be using our fingers as a guide to figure out when to switch colors. So how many fingers do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, and our thumb makes 5. How many colors are in the rainbow? Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. We have 6. Okay, so let's see how we're going to do this. So from our pinky, if I'm drawing a line with my pinky, all of the dots on this side of my pinky are going to be one color. And then from my pinky to my ring finger is going to be another color. From my ring finger to my middle finger is going to be another color. From my middle finger to my index finger is another color. From my index finger to my thumb is another color. And then from my thumb down is my last color. So we've got red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. Now, can part of our tree have more of one color than another? Is that okay? Absolutely. Remember, ish drawings. We're making this up and we're just having fun. So we are going to start with red. So get your red marker. Now, am I going to outline every single one of these dots red? No. Remember, I want to start at my pinky and I'm going to make like an imaginary line. So all of these dots that are coming out of my pinky, that's where my cutoff is. So all of these dots down here are going to be red. Just these dots. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I've only got 12 dots down here that are going to be red. So I'm going to take my marker and I'm going to outline my dots. And I'm not doing the whole tree. Remember, we got to save room for our orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. So I'm only going to do about 12 dots red. And once I've gotten to those dots that are coming out of my pinky, I stop. And then I'm going to, what do I do to my marker? Snap that cap. Snap that cap. Take care of your supplies. Put my red marker up, and now I got to find my red crayon. My red crayon. And I'm going to color in those red dots. Remember, don't want to leave any white spaces. And remember, I'm not coloring all of my dots red. I'm just doing a few. So I've got room for the rest of the colors of my rainbow. So I've got my red, Once I'm done coloring, I'm going to put my red crayon up. Next color of my rainbow is orange. Now remember, I'm going to go from my pinky to my ring finger, okay? So I'm going to cut it off here. So I've got all of these dots right here. So let's see, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I got 13 this time that are going to be orange, okay? So I'm going to outline the ones I want to be orange. Now, this time I had 13. The first time I had 12. Does it matter how many dots you have? Nope. Doesn't matter how many dots you're coloring. We just want to make sure they're in between your pinky finger and your ring finger. Okay? Because that's what we chose to how to divide them up. Okay, when I'm done, oh, I forgot. What do I do with my marker? Snap that cap. Put my orange marker up. Get out my orange crayon. And now I'm going to color in my orange dots. So now I've got my red, got my orange. When I'm done with that, put my orange up, and then I'm ready to move on to my next color. So I've got red and orange. Next color is yellow. So let's see which ones we're going to do. So we want to do from our ring finger to our middle finger. So that's going to be all of these dots here. Let's see how many I got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 again. Okay. I've done a pretty good job. 12, 13, and 13. So far, it's looking pretty even. Doesn't matter if yours is or not. Just try to keep them between that ring finger and your middle finger. So then I'm going to get out my yellow marker. And I'm going to outline all of my yellow ones. Now, it might be kind of hard to see the yellow on my video here, but I am using my yellow marker. Just going around the edge of my circles with my yellow. And when I'm done outlining my circles, I snap that cap. Put my yellow marker up. And then I need to find my yellow crayon. And then I'm going to color in my yellow dots. Nice and neat. Fill in the whole circle. Stay in the lines. No white spaces. Red, orange, yellow. Okay. Then I'm going to put my yellow crayon up. So I've got red, orange, yellow. What's my next color in the rainbow? It's green. Okay, so now my green dots are going to go from my middle finger to my index finger. So since I've got more dots on this side, I'm going to go over here, and these two dots, I'm going to start with the two that are coming out of my index finger here and go back to my middle finger. So I've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I only have 8 this time. That's less than I had over here. Is that okay? Absolutely. So I'm going to outline these as green. The 8 dots that I chose. And then when I'm done outlining, what do I do to my marker? Snap that cap. Put my green marker up. And now I am ready for my green crayon. I'm going to color in my green dots. Color in neatly, fill it in, try to stay in the lines, no white spots. When I'm done with my green crayon, I put it up. And we're going to give everyone just a minute to see if anyone needs to catch up, because we are going a little bit fast. So we're going to slow down just a little bit and let everyone catch up. Okay, now we got 2 colors left. So what we have to do now is we're going to go from our index finger to our thumb. Okay, so these dots right here on my thumb, I'm not going to count those. I'm just going to count these in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So I got 18 dots there. So that's more than any other color I've had so far. But is that okay? Yes, it is, because it's between my index finger and my thumb. So this whole line of dots here that's coming out of my thumb, that's my stopping point. But now I got to figure out what's my next color. I've done red, orange, yellow, green. This color is going to be blue. So I'm going to get my blue marker, and I'm going to start outlining those 18 dots that I picked. Now, could you have more than me? Absolutely. Could you have less than me? Probably. Depends on how big you drew your circles, how many circles are between your index finger and your thumb. So, is anybody's tree going to look exactly the same? Nope, absolutely not. They're not going to look the same. And is that okay? Absolutely, because all artwork is supposed to be unique and different. So yours is going to look different than mine. It's going to look different than everyone else's in this class. And that is perfectly okay. So now that I've outlined my blue circles, what do I do with my marker? Snap that cap. Put my blue marker up. Get my blue crayon out. And now I'm going to color in my blue circles. Staying in the lines, not pressing down hard, and not leaving any white spaces. And only coloring in the circles that I outlined with a blue marker. And once I'm done with my blue, I'm going to put my blue crayon up. And now I've only got one section left. And that's from my thumb to the bottom of my tree. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to count because I just want to see how many circles I got left. So let's count my circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, not bad. I started out with 12. And then I did 13 and 13. And then I did, how many did I do here? 8. Yeah, 8. And then 18 and 17. So they're not perfectly even, but that's okay. So now I've got one more color. What is the last color of my rainbow? Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, or violet. So I'm going to get my purple or violet, whichever one you want to call it, my purple marker, and I'm going to start outlining the rest of my circles. Okay, and once I'm done outlining, I snap that cap, put my purple marker up, get out my purple crayon or violet crayon. Again, doesn't matter. Same color, 2 names. It's one of those special colors. And I'm going to color in all of my purple dots. Remember, stay in the lines. Don't press too hard. Don't leave any white spots. Nice and neat coloring. And then we are done. So we put our purple crayon up and our rainbow tree of dots for Dot Day is finished. And I'm sure they are absolutely gorgeous. So make sure you get all your supplies cleaned up. And until next time.